You want to tell everybody about the rough week you had?
When my grandfather passed away in December of 2019, he left behind his 14-year-old cat, McKenzie. Oh! She was a grumpy, growly calico, and there was no one in our family able to adopt her. I was truly her only option.
Good morning.
My name is Angela Rafuse, and this is Mackenzie's story for GeoBeats.
Good morning.
Mackenzie was originally adopted from a shelter.
It's getting awkward. You're making this awkward.
She was a kitten from the local shelter that my grandmother wanted and my grandfather didn't. After my grandparents passed away, it was make it work or take Mackenzie to a shelter. And she was 14 years old and grumpy and growly, and she would have spent her very last days at a shelter. And that option just didn't make any sense to me. It just always made sense to take her.
You can be a good girl.
My dad's a welder, so the only way we could get her out of my grandparents' house was to use my dad's welding gloves to put her in a cat carrier and then to get her to our house.
Want your belly rubbed? Oh, maybe not.
Do you want to cuddle?
It took a good, I would say, probably month for her to even come near me. I remember one night I was just looking at my phone sitting on the couch and she hopped up beside me.
There it is. Hi.
It was a slow transition for sure, but once she trusted us, she was just the sweetest cat in the world.
You waiting for Dad to sit there so he can cuddle you?
I remember my dad was downstairs in the basement one day, and there Mackenzie was sound asleep on his lap, and I just looked at him and I was like, "You can't move." And he goes, "Nope." So we ended up sitting there for a couple hours with her just laying on his lap, and it was great. She had a really grumpy meow. So a normal cat would meow, and everyone would say, "Oh, it's just a cat meowing."
Snuggling with your grandma.
But Mackenzie would meow, and they're like, "Why is that cat so mad?" And I'm like, "She's just talking." We used to say she didn't know how to use her hiss properly, because she would just be walking down the hall and just hiss at herself.
Mackenzie's meeting a friend today.
I would pick her up and she would hiss, but I'd also put her down and she would hiss.
Hurry.
One time we were at the beach. She loved watching the waves.
Look out, you're gonna get your toes wet.
And one of the waves came a little too close to her paws and she hissed at the wave.
Here comes a big wave. Oh no.
Mackenzie's whole thing was trust.
What are you guys doing? Oh, just a little flower. You ready to get up?
She was really scared of the car at first, but once she realized the car meant going somewhere fun, then she just had a blast.
Here, I'll get the door. Good leap.
Same thing with being at our cottage, at the beach, on the boat, like you name it.
Look at the bubbles.
Once she learned that she could trust it, then it was the best thing ever.
It's gonna be a great day.
We were the best of friends.
I'm making tofu. Wanna try some?
At the same time I moved home, I was going through a lot in my personal life, and it was very similar for Mackenzie. Her whole life was uprooted, so we bonded partially because of that.
You wanna tell everybody how old you are?
Mackenzie was the inspiration behind our charity, which is called My Grandfather's Cat. It's a nonprofit organization that helps seniors find homes for their pets.
Oh, you're tasting me, Mac. Should I be nervous?
We've found 150 second forever homes across Canada to date.
You getting mad?
You can call her a grumpy cat, but I think she was the sweetest girl in the world. Every single day I told her I loved her.
She's really mad, but it's raining.
My biggest thing was always taking care of her because that's what my grandparents would have wanted. And that's what I did until she was almost 18 years old. I'm very grateful I was able to adopt her and have her for 3 years. I fully believe that her and my grandparents are together, that they're high above the clouds, being our guardian angels. Mackenzie's snuggled up between them all together and watching down on us.